Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman. Illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. And I mentioned this in a couple other videos I did. Sometimes I search the artists down and they have websites of their own. You might find a bunch of decks that they already do. So if that's of interest, have at it. I'm really intrigued. I gotta be careful and just see what's going on here before we talk too much about it. Okay. I like the ending. This is interesting here. You got recovery and renewal, how this is starting off. But this is what's really weird. On top of it, you have the Three of Swords, which is usually heartbreak. Is this somebody who broke your heart? Recovery and renewal with somebody who broke your heart. That's a lot. Wow. Like, that's a lot for Scorpio, because you guys feel things very, very deeply. This is not something minimal. This is definitely a major situation here then. Because if you're going to do that, there has to be very good sound reason that you want to do that. So recovery and renewal, but it's from somebody who's really hurt you. I feel like somebody who's really emotionally hurt you with this Three of Swords, especially because I'm seeing that big red heart there with the rips and tears in it. It's like I'm seeing this tree in the background too, and I'm noticing that it's really making me feel like it's in its dormant season right now. And it's kind of like you're handling the situation very well, but you're very nervous, kind of like, this is somebody who used to be very close to me. And if I let this situation regain life again, what's going to happen? It makes you nervous, kind of like, I'm okay right now, but there's recovery and renewal coming in, and I'm nervous about it. Kind of like, I know I'll make it through it, but do I really want to do this to myself? I know I'm a Pisces, so maybe that's why I'm getting that energy, because I know Scorpio just goes into these things, and you're like, I'll just deal with it. And I'm a Pisces, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to deal with that. I'm like, I don't know about that. No, you're nervous. I really do think you're nervous with it. And I'm just trying to be sure that it's the Scorpio energy I'm connecting to and not a Pisces energy thing, if you know what I mean. Somebody is coming forward with faith, and I'm getting this Queen of Cups energy, kind of like they're leaving themselves open for you to do what you want. You could tell this person, I think it's a person, I'm feeling very much it's a person. It could be a situational thing like a job. Granted, you take it with a grain of salt, but if I'm relating to it like a person, they're kind of like, I understand, I'm going to put it all out there, I'll answer any questions you want, I can apologize because I really do feel bad for what happened between us, and they're just offering whatever they can do to make it right. But they're also leaving themselves open, kind of like, I completely understand and accept, Scorpio, that you don't have to accept or even acknowledge this. And they totally get that. And you don't take this lightly. Because I feel like you're looking at this like this is a one-moment thing. If we're going to have recovery and renewal, this is the moment. If I decide I'm not ready to, the moment will pass and it may never return. And that's how it feels for you. It just may never return. And I'm like, and I feel like when I'm connecting to it, I think that's the nervousness. I think that's the real nervousness. Not the fact whether you can handle it or not, but kind of like, I feel like I'm at this moment where it's either yes or no. And I have to decide now. And if I just sit here and stare at it too long, it's going to go to no. It's going to default to no, and that's still a decision. I feel like you want to, but you're not sure. Again, it's very, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know what to do with this. You get the Nine of Wands, and I'm getting like, the way she's coming up to this fence, And I usually think of her as a giant. I don't know why, but I think she's huge. I just love her. I think she's great. But she's kind of like, I'm here. You can tell me what you want, but that doesn't mean anything. You can tell me what you want. That doesn't mean yes, no, or indifferent. It doesn't mean anything. Go ahead and tell me what you want to tell me. I'll listen to what you want to hear, what you want to say to me. And I feel like you're kind of coming towards a situation like that. Like, tell me what you want to hear, or tell me what you want me to hear. And it's on your terms. So if you're like, if you literally don't want to see this person face to face at this moment, you may be doing it by text. Like, listen, I don't know what I want to do with this situation. I really don't know. But whatever you need to say it by text, and I'll read it, and we'll just see what happens from there. Some of you may do that. It's your business. You get to define the rules as you see fit. So whatever's right for you. I have a feeling a lot of you are going to go into this like a little bit stronger than that, in the sense of like, oh, say it to my face. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like you're kind of like, oh, say it to my face. Say it right to my face. I feel like a lot of you might do that. Kind of like, oh no, I don't want to give them the chance just to do that and think out their words. I want them to say it to my face. I want to see their reactions. I want to see their emotions. I want to see how they really mean it. So I think a lot of you are going to do the face-to-face thing. You don't have to, but I think a lot of you are. So you're giving them a chance. Like, all right, tell me then. I don't. Just, you can tell me what you want to tell me. Tell me what you think I need to hear. Tell me. And you're calm at this moment, kind of like, all right, tell me what you got to hear. Tell me what I got to hear. Tell me. The Star card comes out. I like this card for this. A lot. See, the thing is with it, it's Aquarius card. Like, the Star card is the Aquarius card too. And it's Aquarius is good at finding out the truth by whatever means necessary. They have a lot of different tools at their disposal to get the truth out of a situation. So I feel a lot of truth coming out here. I also see like a lot of direct communication, a lot of answers coming forward. But I also, with the Star card, I do get an energy of hope. That's just the way I've always learned it. There's always a bit of energy of hope there. So it's not like just useless information, like, oh, good to know. It's not like that. It's information that's coming forward and giving you a place to stand. It's filling in gaps, filling in missing pieces. It's also kind of like, well, I thought this was that, and now this is giving you more information, kind of like, I thought that was that, but now with what I'm hearing, I actually want to go research that a little more, because what somebody told me over there might have been wrong. It's giving you a lot more strength. It's like there's a lot of mystery involved here that you didn't realize. Or like maybe there was mystery involved here that you didn't think was as important, that is turning out to be a lot more important than you originally believed. Something like that. This is funny to me. Because the next card is the Strength card. The Strength card is also known as the Leo card. The reason this is funny to me is like these are astrological opposites. They're not very compatible. Not usually. They have different ways of seeing things and handling things. The Strength card is Leo. Leo's usually right out there, very bold, and like, here I am here. Aquarius is more like, they like to be seen, but they don't like to be, like, it's different from that. It's like they like to be seen, they like to have their voice heard, but they don't like all the attention on them. I have to learn more about Aquarius, because I have to go research that again, because I'm like, really? Because they're very vocal, and they will be right out there in the spotlight, but they don't want too much of the attention sometimes, because they like to fall back and they like to find out the truth. They'll get the conversation going, and they'll keep it going, but they want to find out what's really going on there, so they're not like usually center stage. Is that real? I'll have to research that more. So anyway, there's action coming out of this, and there's a lot of like differences of opinion coming forward. The differences are coming forward, but I don't feel bad about it. even though these cards are opposites and they don't match like that with astrologically, you got Miracle on your side with the Ten of Pentacles, which is solidifying and correcting something you thought might have been lost. And it's kind of like, it almost reminds me of a situation where you have somebody causing problems behind the scenes between a couple people, and then that person who's causing that problem gets other people involved and confuses those people too, and before you know it, this big hubbub is going on. These two people who used to get along don't get along anymore because of all this misinformation that's flying all over the place. And then a few years pass, they haven't talked to each other in a while. They come back together and talk things out, and then they start realizing there was a lot of foolishness that got between them. And other people who didn't mean to cause so much of a mess were a part of a mess that they didn't realize how much of a mess they were causing. And I'm getting like a lot of mystery that is like, wait a minute, where did this all start from? Who actually started this whole thing? And it's kind of like realizing, tracking back that mystery, like, wait a minute, this all started from that person way over there, and then it just bled out all over into these other things, and then we got caught up in it too, and everybody was confused. It's just one of those things where we didn't realize that that was a big piece of this. We didn't realize that that was a major problem here. The Miracle here with the Ten of Pentacles is like, it just, the way it's playing out, like, I didn't realize that that was happening. I keep feeling that energy. Like, I didn't realize that that was happening. And now I'm kind of like, I don't like this. Now it's like, now that I see how it played out, I don't like this. I feel like this got really out of control, and there's troublemakers here, but I didn't realize that they were manipulating this. I just didn't see it that way. I just never took them, that might be it. You never took them seriously. And then they pulled this bull crap thing. You're figuring out, you're putting it together. The Ten of Pentacles is telling me you're rebonding with somebody. You are rebonding with somebody. The Hanged Man with the service for the other person, I feel like they're upset, but they're kind of holding back for a minute. Because there's a lot of things that, like, you both had pieces you didn't see. And I feel like you've offered them some information too that they didn't realize. They've got service with the Hanged Man. They seem a little shell-shocked, to be honest with you. And there's pieces here that I feel like they're really upset about. But I'm not seeing negativity come towards you, but you might have put a piece in place that showed somebody very close to them in a way that they don't like. And it's the truth, and that's the problem. And they get to verify that in other ways. It's kind of like this one piece you finally put into place makes sense of a lot of other things that were going on. And it's about somebody that's close to them, and it's hard for them to see it. They're a little shell-shocked about it. I keep getting that they're shell-shocked, like... And I don't see you... I feel you're very smart with this. You're kind of like... All they can handle now is you putting that piece in place, and you know that. So you're just going to put it there, and you're going to leave it there. You know this person well enough, is what I'm getting. You know where that's going to go. It's going to have to take its time. I feel like you're just kind of putting the piece in, and you're stepping back. And you're just kind of like... I don't want to traumatize them anymore. You know they're upset. You also know they're not upset with you, but you know it's hard for them to see this. It's very hard. The Hanged Man with the service. Because I feel like it's something they're like... Somebody or something they take care of, or some connection, some very important connection there. Something they thought was good is not what they thought it was. It's not being handled correctly. And I'm getting like... There's good energy on your side because things are being solved. The gratitude on your side is like the truth is coming forward, and this person is seeing something that maybe you've tried to show them this before. Maybe, I don't know. You're just putting the piece into place, and you're letting them do what they got to do. You're also realizing it's hard for them, but they're figuring it out, and this is for the best. The energy between you and this person is healing. Because I'm getting gratitude. I get this heart with the vines around it. Really interesting to me. It's kind of like a healing heart. Like it's holding together. It's kind of like the bandages around the heart. until it's fully healed. It needs those bandages, and this moment is those bandages. This is helping this connection heal. Again, you're being very careful. You put the piece in place, and you're just kind of like, that's enough, because you don't want to make this harder on them. You've got release with the grief, but this is in the environment. This person, this is hard for them. Because you're being very kind about it. You're not forcing them to accept anything. All you're doing is putting that piece in place. You're not forcing any conversation. There's no forcing of anything on your side. You're just putting the piece into place and letting them see it how they need to see it. So you're releasing it, but it still weighs on you, because you're like, you're not enjoying this person being upset in any shape, color, or form. You're also realizing this has to happen. The grief, it's hard for them. They have to go through, there's 5 stages of grief. You might want to look it up, unless you already know them, of course. They're going to go through those 5 stages of grief with this, because I think it's that type of situation. It's that intense for them. It's that hard for them. Like, I don't know if I can remember all the 5 of them. Like, denial, acceptance is usually the last one, but that comes and goes in pieces. Anger, bartering. I'm missing one because there's 5 of them. But like, these things are going to go in and out. They're going to have a hard time with this. If you don't know I can't remember the 5th one. If you don't know the 5 things of grief, the 5 stages of grief, I highly, highly, highly recommend looking it up if you don't know them. This person is going to go in and out with those. You're going to see it. I feel like it would give you an advantage to already know them. Because kind of like when it happens, realizing it's a temporary thing, especially when the anger comes in and out, because they're going to get upset, but they'll probably get over it. Then they're going to try to bargain it, like maybe it can be better, then realize that's not going to happen. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's a very heavy situation. You got the Two of Wands. You're going to be there for this person. This is going to continue, or furthering, I should say, the healing of that heart. It's going to continue further aid in the healing of this heart, this connection that you want. Because you're going to be there for this person. I already see it. If this hits, if the rest of this hits, you're going to be there for them. And I feel you're really empathizing with this person's pain. And you're realizing this is extremely hard, and you're not pushing them. You're just trying to help them stand up. You're just trying to help them keep going forward. You're just trying to protect them from other people being nasty to them. And I feel that's a big thing here. For some reason, you're stepping in between this person and other people, trying to make it hard for them, or trying to make it worse, or other people trying to force them to see things. You're like, no, let them do it on their own. You're not allowing that. You're not allowing it. And it almost makes me want to cry, because it's kind of like, this person has gone through a lot. And you had a really hard time with them, but at this point, when you get to this stage, it's kind of like they've gone through enough. They've gone through more than enough, more than their share. This doesn't need to get hard for them any more than it already is. So let them handle it on their own. It's like you're telling other people, let this person handle it their own way, because they're having a hard time with it. They're doing the best they can. This might come back a lot stronger than it originally was. This is like a very interesting turnaround. That's all I got. The energy is just, it's done. So that's what I got. So I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's also down there too somewhere. So it's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.